Well, let's see if anybody's around tonight. Oh, somebody heard me. Somebody heard me. Let's see. Hold on. Can I get? No, no, not sure I can get that. Okay, okay. Oh my goodness. Mm. Well, I saw something in the paper today that I want everybody to know about. Um, because medical bills are terrible. I mean, this is what is still medical bills are like the biggest cost, the biggest reason people go bankrupt nowadays. We're still worried about it. Supposedly, Obamacare was going to take care of all that, but they keep changing it and reshuffling the deck and whatever, and it's still getting expensive. And the now this what's going on now is about talked about surprise medical bills. Surprise. I mean, apparently, listen to this. Like 70% of people worry about a surprise medical bill that they have not been able to pay. In other words, more people worry about a surprise medical bill than they do about having money to pay their mortgage or their prescription drugs or anything. I mean, this is a big worry in our society is about these medical bills, or the surprises. I mean, Kaiser Foundation. This is, uh, if you want to Google Kaiser Foundation, they have wonderful data and stories and everything of how people have get these surprise bills. Like somebody had to pay an extra $20,000 just in transportation. $20,000. And analysts, doctors just tell you it's all in your head and you get cancer or bedridden. Yeah, but more than that, you go out of network. You wind up in an emergency room somewhere, and they're not in your network, and some doctor comes in. And what's happening, a lot of these doctors now are in, care organization, doctor organizations that's run by Wall Street. There's these venture capitalists now get in and give money to doctors to start a group, and then they want to make money. See, they're not in the healthcare business, they're in the financing business. So you're working for somebody in the finance business. It's not really to give you better healthcare, it's to make more money from Wall Street. Okay. So they'll figure out, 1,500 ways to make money. Hi, I love your videos. Thank you. Oh, that's nice. uh, and it's terrible. That's why, to me, when I go to have the government, so it's not a financial situation. People's lives, are I guess there is a value on it, but it's terrible what would become. But anyway, more important, the good news is, look at this headline now. We're going to pass a law, it looks like, in the next couple of days, right? You think they're only talking about the impeachment or whatever the heck it is. I thought they were selling peaches. That's what that was all about. No, they're going to pass a law that will fight these surprise medical bills because 1 out of 5 emergency room visits result in a surprise bill. But researchers suggest that the problem is concentrated in a small number of hospitals that contract with physicians who to uh, fail to mirror their insurance arrangement. So it's the physicians they're billing, and they get away with it. They're going to do it. I mean, this is what capitalism is about. It's it seems to me that we're uh, become a society now, and as I went through business school and everything was about, we never talked about ethics and stuff like that. It was how much money can you make and how fast you can make it. And so, that means it's a zero sum game. Somebody has to lose so you could win more. Yeah, I mean, that's true sometimes, I guess. Um, but it's also, God, we're here to help each other. And that's the important thing. I mean, capitalism is great because it inspires people, to work harder and things like that. And that's good. But if you're screwing your customer, I mean that, and get away with it legally. I mean, that's what you go to the bank and you get this, 15 pages to sign, and you approve this, and you sign something. You don't read all that stuff, right? So they're covered legally, but morally, would you do that to your mother? Yeah. yeah, and stuff like that. The United States of notes, that's for sure. Yeah. So let me tell you a couple of places. Okay, if you have medical bills, members. Okay, if you're a member, I have a report on. It's like how to pay only 10% on your medical bills. And there's other ways. You remember, all medical bills are negotiable. And that's what people don't realize. And that's why the doctors hide behind this. They come up with some chart that the doctors make up on how much everything costs, and they say, "Hey, I have no control." They do. They're all negotiable. And if you say yes, you don't know, and you go sell your first child or whatever it is, you don't have to do it. Hey, I met you at a coffee shop 2 months ago. Uh, by Union Station, good to see you. Well, thanks. Serious? By Union Station? Yeah, I'm in coffee shops all over the country. I live in Washington, D.C., so I work a lot in coffee shops all over. So you will see me. But here, okay, if you get caught with one of these bills, and you don't know what to do, and you're not a member, so I don't say, here's the places you go. One, there's a wonderful nonprofit organization that helps you for free called Patient Advocate, Paient, and then Advocate, ADVOATC.org. See, that's a .org. They even have grant money to help you pay for health care or help pay co-payments. They fight your hospital for you. They're going to be kept up on all this kind of stuff. Also, if you want some help and find out about that, your medical bills, the biggest source of data and sources of help to me is Kaiser Foundation, Kaiser Foundation. Okay. And see, this medical bill stuff is really growing exponentially. The problems consumers have with that. We're not really cutting the cost down on anything because we haven't changed anything, at least just getting more people on it, and that's paying. But the actual way we deliver healthcare, it costs twice as much in this country than anywhere else. And people die younger here. More or people, babies dying at birth is higher here than most developed countries. And everything. It's terrible what we're getting for our money, but we pay double. So we must have the best as long as we pay double. But here's another organization. Besides the patient advocate, you want to contact your attorney general of your state. Every state has attorney generals, okay? So when you go to your state attorney general's office, how do you find them? You go to the Association of Attorney Generals. The Association of Attorney Generals is the best place to do. See, what's neat about our country in America is that we're so organized. I mean, you get 10 people together doing something, they'll create an association. Then the association, because we have states with different laws and all this kind of stuff, so everything is run differently, depending on the state you're in. And I don't mean the state you're in like confused. I mean like Pennsylvania, New Jersey, kind of state. And you, uh, the association is a good place to go to find out, hey, who is this office in the local state? That's a problem because you go to Google and yeah, you're just going to get people selling you something. You'll get a lawyer who's going to charge you $500 an hour. Yeah, you don't want to do that. You want the lawyer that's getting a grant from the government to do it for you for free. Okay, you go to naag.org. NAAG, National Association of Attorneys. That's plural. General. That's NAAG, like nag. .org. You go there and they show you how to find your attorney general. They have a big list there and a map of the United States. So you'll be able to find your attorney general right there. Okay. Yeah. So watch that bill and see. States already have laws. So there's certain states that already have laws. So you get stuck with a bill. Shit, how am I going to pay this? Or I didn't know it was that much. And everything. You start investigating. Just don't try to get loans and all that kind of stuff. No, the first thing you do is deal. You got to, this is like Monty Hall. You got to, come on, let's make a deal. You don't know how to do it? That's okay. You go and get help on how to deal with this. Where do you get help? One is your patientadvocate.org. That's a nonprofit organization that specializes in this kind of stuff. And there's other nonprofits too. I'm a member. How do I get one call for you, please? Hi, In Hope. Now I do the one-on-one call. It's not part of membership. It's separately, but it's at www. Oh, let's see. Uh, www.talk.lesco.com. See if that works. It's a service that is it's like .com. Uh, it's like $2 a minute, and I usually in 15-20 minutes could get you on your way with anything. I'm having trouble with Lesko.com, the website nowadays, and because we're changing it, we're moving everything over to uh, the Facebook because that's just so much easier to help people there. Let's see, talk. Uh, Lesco.com. That's it. Let's see if that gets there. No, that's not it. Oh, maybe www.talk.lesco. No, I see. free.lesco.com/talk. Oh, why can't I find it? Lord, nah, it's because of Lesko being all screwed up. Hmm. All right. Okay, you want to go to here, then here's where it is. CLAR. Oh, got a little pop up here. Don't want the pop up. CLARITY.FM/Matthew MAT. Clarity. CLARITY. Right. .FM. That's the service that I'm on. You make an appointment. You say, hey, these 3 times are good. You give me 3 times that are good for you. I choose one, or say, hey, I'm out of town those days. Here's some other options. We go back and forth, usually just once, and um, and then we both call an 800 number, to do that. Or before you could also just on the Facebook group. Just ask me there, and I could get you going. If you need more after that, then we could talk if you want to do it that way. But here, those that are not members want to know the Facebook free free.lesco.com/Lesko help. By the way, I got about 50 new ideas from you. I don't know if you saw the videos the last couple of days. I've been asking, hey, if you have an idea, I was going to give you a free copy of the one stop for your state. And I got some really good stuff, and I'm going to have a report, at least for most of the sources. Maybe today, if I could go and finish that. Um, I'm getting a little behind on everything. I got to answer questions on Facebook too. So maybe let me go and do that, and I'll try to come back later tonight if I can, or tomorrow, and go over that new list of sources. I mean, see, what I did, I went out and said, hey, if you know a source of free money and help, let me know, and I'll compile it and we'll share it with everybody else. So that's what I'll go over. And members will get a printout copy. If you're not a member, stay tuned, and you could copy it down, and I'll go over them one by one on that. Okay, so right now it's that surprise medical bills. Okay, so get the this is one time, and so you want the government on your side, because who the hell else can fight these mega companies that are so goddamn big, and the only one that is is a contender in that is really the government. I mean, you can't pay a lawyer enough to fight these multi-billion-dollar companies. What do you guys think about beard, man? I went to New York last week and I forgot my razor, and I never grew a beard since the Navy, and I had hardly any hair back then. It was like 50 years ago. And so I decided again, it's coming. And to me, I look more like Gabby Hayes. If you're old enough, remember Gabby Hayes. He was a sidekick of Roy Rogers or some of those cowboys back in the 50s or something. And he's the only person I knew with a big beard and maybe a big nose too. That's why I remember it. Okay, guys, thank you very much again for putting up with me. Try to be back today, tomorrow, to go over that hot list of, I think I should have about 30 or 40 of them done. And we'll go over them one by one so you know all these freebies, yeah, that people are finding. It's just great stuff. Yeah. So you could use it too. Things that, the headline thing about is that things you pay for that you don't have to, or America has uh, so many, you're paying for so many things that you don't have to, things you think you have to pay for, but you don't. And so we'll go over about 50 more of those. Well, probably about 30 or more next time because I'm not going to do them all in one day. Okay. So I'll see you later. Thank you. How the heck do you do? And stream. That's what you do.